Good to see you again, exoplanet detectives. Let's continue.
Earth is an oasis in the universe. To this day, Earth is the only place that is known to host life. Its distance from the Sun and its composition allows it to have the ideal conditions to host life.
But could life develop and exist in conditions that are different to our planet? When examining exoplanets and defining the possible conditions for habitability, scientists tried to identify planets that have similar conditions to Earth, like temperature.
But how do we know if an exoplanet could be habitable?
Let's hear from our next expert, Laetitia.
Hi there, I'm Laetitia, an exoplanet scientist, and today I will be guiding you through the habitability of exoplanets. An important factor to be considered for habitability is the temperature. And the temperature of a planet is mostly defined by its distance to its host star. So when a planet orbits a star at a distance where liquid water could be present on its surface, it is in what we call the habitable zone. And we are particularly interested in liquid water because it is one of the main ingredients for life as we know it on Earth. So the habitable zone is the region around the star where the temperatures are just right for liquid water to exist on the surface of a planet. A planet too close to the star would be too hot so that any water would evaporate. On the opposite, any planet too far away from the star would be too cold so that water would freeze. Now, stay tuned for a deep dive into the exoplanet KELT 3b.
That's our exoplanet. Now pause the video and discuss the habitability of KELT 3b with your team.
Because KELT 3b is so close to its host star, its temperature is very hot.
So that means there's no way it could be habitable, right?
Let's see if we are right.
Okay, so let's take a closer look at the giant exoplanet KELT 3b. KELT 3b is unlikely to host life because it's much too close to its host star. Its surface temperature is very high, above the melting point of iron. Most amino acids, the building blocks of life, wouldn't survive such extreme temperatures. The planet is also bombarded by high levels of radiation because of how close it is to the star. This radiation would make it very difficult for life to survive. But what would the composition of this exoplanet look like? You'll have to find the answer to that question yourself. Goodbye for now, space detectives.
Wow, so we definitely couldn't visit KELT 3b then. It's much too hot for us.
We would never even reach it anyway. The KELT 3 system is around 690 light years away. We'd have to travel over 6.5 quadrillion kilometers. That's 65 with 14 zeros.
I wonder what it would look like if we could see the exoplanet. Now continue the investigation into exoplanet composition.